Good morning, everyone. Happy New Day week, and special thanks for joining us today. This is our monthly service for June 2021. I trust you are all enjoying the best of health and excellent spirits on this beautiful early summer day. Do you remember what happened in Paris, France on Friday, November 13, 2015? A coordinated series of shooting and suicide bombings killed 130 innocent people and severely wounded 352 more. It is Islamic State militants attacked separate places in one of the busiest sections of the city. The militants were shouting, "God is great," while shooting. How could they do such brutal, inhumane things in the name of God? They were all young people. It is natural to expect Youthful Day to be spent constructively pursuing the truth of life in their work. Once given the precious view of the world, young people tend to do their best to accomplish the potential with their allotted lifetime. As a religious leader, I have felt a great responsibility for the desperate waste of these young people from countries all over the world who would join Islamic State and willfully behave in such a brutal manner in the name of God. Since then, I have been sincerely praying that I might be of great service of many young people in the world. I will introduce them to the essence of the Konko faith, which therefore would sincerely lead to true world peace and living fulfilled life with God. If the real message to live a Konko life of faith will reach them, these young people, I believe they will have never joined Islamic State. I hope the Konko Church of Chicago become a workflow center for many young people in the world to gather together and learn of real human happiness with God and to serve for true world peace. It was then I received the following poem from Kami to describe this feeling of mine. To you young people, your true way to happiness is found in this faith. Come and write faithfully, become a light to the world. To you young people, your true way to happiness is found in this faith. Come and write faithfully, become a light to the world. The use of the word young people here refers to all who pursue the tree to real happiness with great passion, regardless of age. Each person encounter with Tenjikai no Kami is truly miraculous and amazing. I have since been blessed to get to know many more English-speaking people who pursue the tree of Konko. I have mentioned Mr. Massimo Cross in Italy in previous sermons. He is now 57 years old and has great enthusiasm for learning the Konko faith. He is putting forth his best efforts to walk the tree of Konko and to spread Konko faith in Italy and beyond. Among my recent acquaintances today, I'd like to talk about Mr. Jack Ashcraft and introduce him to all of you. He is 53 years old and lives in the state of Kentucky of the USA. He first emailed me on March 19 saying, "I just discovered Konko and find it fascinating and beautiful. Could you perhaps help me find resources where I can learn more?" We started talk with each other through email and later line as well. I sent him some materials of our faith. Then he sent a following message to me on March 25. "Thank you very much for the books which arrived today. I have much reading ahead of me. I look forward to learning all I can. As an aside, I host a radio program and was curious if you would be interested in coming on the show to discuss Konko. The show is 1 hour long aired every Thursday evening from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Please let me know your thought. It was not only a great honor for me to do so, but also it will be a great chance to manifest the Konko faith to the world, which is my earnest wish. Even so, honestly speaking, I first hesitated to appear on the show to discuss Konko on radio due to my poor English speaking abilities. I first thought it would be very difficult for me to immediately answer any questions in English. However, even so, I instantly decided to take a posture which could be worded in the saying, technique without finesse, that is, without regard to risk. So, believing Kami, I determined to accept this great offer with gratitude. Then, during the morning prayer service the next day, I asked Kami what I should do. And Kami answered, the absolute ultimate way is to place divine will at the center. In other words, it is instructing your way of life to Kami. I thought Kami would wish me to do my best to discuss Konko on the radio program by leaving everything up to Kami. In that way, everything would turn out great. I emailed him that I was willing to take this radio interview. He kindly encouraged me answering, "Thank you for your email. It will start at one time. If you feel comfortable with the format and speaking, then we can try to arrange more dates for you to appear." In this appearance, we will just discuss some basics, that is the founder and the basic teachings. Think of it as a discussion just with me, though our audience will be listening in. I promise your English will be fine, and I always do my best to make my guests comfortable. He also said he would like to have the radio interview about the Konko faith once a month. He interviewed Reverend Koichi Konko, head minister of Konko Mission Honolulu, about mediation on Saturday, May 30th, and about family on Saturday, June 17th. My radio interview was scheduled for April 29. It will be a phone conversation with him. To my relief, my radio interview could be prepared beforehand. It will not be like a debate on TV. Later, he sent me his 12 questions about the Konko faith, which most listeners would be interested in. I wrote my answers to these 12 questions, and Dick Sensei, head minister of Konko Philosophy of Takuma, kindly edited it wonderfully. I sent that version to Jack. Here was his response. Your answers look fine. The interview will be very relaxed, so don't be nervous. I'll open the show by introducing you, then we will go straight into the questions. After 30 minutes, we have a commercial break. That is usually 3 minutes. Then when we come back, I usually give a brief explanation as to how listeners can support the show, and then get back into the questions. In this way, my radio interview was perfectly prepared. You can find these 12 question answers in the main menu of sermons titled April 29, 2021 on the website of the Konko Church of Chicago. The remaining program was my English pronunciation rhythm. So I practiced some classes with the help of Dick Sensei. Before this radio interview, I exchanged emails several times with Jack. Then, to my great honor and pleasure, he wrote, "I am the one who is honored to have you as my sensei. Men such as you are rare to find in this world, because you are more than most men." Takamatsu Toshisugu, the 33rd Soke, originator of the martial art I teach, wrote the Budo martial art is a way of attaining that which we need while making the world a better place. He always encouraged students to seek the Jihinokoro, mercy. Finding you seems to me to be the guidance of Kami in pursuit of that goal, which you have called Wagakko. Jack had always felt a strange connection to Japan. He started to learn Kobudo at age 15 through his spiritual research. He trained in Kobudo for nearly 40 years under the guide of Master Takamatsu's senior student, and teaches now in his hometown. My interview was heard in every state of the USA and reached 26 countries. Not only that, it was broadcast through YouTube over the internet and reached more people as well. I did my best and enjoyed myself very much during this radio interview. I learned some important lessons. Kami even walked through what I thought I should have said more clearly and slowly, and how I should have done such and such. I thank Jack Ashcraft for providing such a great experience. He then sent this surprising message to me. I wanted you to know of my seriousness with regard to Konko Church. I will be resigning from my priesthood at church next week. I wish to pursue Konko Church with all my strength. At that time, I didn't yet know which religion he belonged to. Then on May 4th, he emailed this message. Sensei, I have resigned my position as an Anglican priest as of today. I ask for your kind prayer and merciful guidance in spiritual matters. Without your teaching, I am clearly lost at this point. Respectfully, Jack. How sincere he is, what a pure heart he has. I wrote to him as follows. How brave you are to resign your position as an Anglican priest. You are a genuine seeker of true human fulfillment with Kami. I am amazed with your sincerity. At the same time, I feel great responsibility in helping you to pursue the trail of Konko. I do my best to pray for you and be the merciful guidance for your spiritual journey. So please ask me anything. I asked him what brought him to this decision of his. He replied, what made me choose to leave the Anglican Church? I told you of the dream I had many years ago and the profound effect it had on me. The Kami in my dream exuded such compassion and such love that I was overwhelmed. I can't do it any justice with words. The closest I can get is to ask you to imagine what it would be like if you could feel love in every atom of your body. My entire body was filled with her love, and when I woke, I was in tears. I searched for her identity and could only find her in Shinto. Sadly, being an American teenager in the 1980s, there was nowhere I could go to understand her more. Why she appeared to me in a dream? And what was expected of me? When I discovered Konko Church, I sensed that this must be connected to my dream. Somehow Kami had prepared me and directed my step to this moment. Her love was so intense that it has remained in my memory to this day, and so, in obedience to her compassionate guidance, I decided to leave the priesthood and pursue Konko Church. He had this impressive dream of his at age 16. Deeply moved by his statement, I replied to him, "Thank you very much for sharing your most important, fascinating dream that will lead the course of your life to me." I was moved while reading it. I now clearly understand you have been so deeply connected with that Kami, and she has led you to be what you are now. That is to be an important follower of Konko Daiji. Face the pursuit of truth beyond truth. It is going for tomorrow's absolute. It's not staying at today's absolute. Through Kami's wonderful argument, I got to know some genuine seekers of true life, like Jack. I now feel a great responsibility for them to pursue the tree of Konko. Therefore, I do my best to deepen the peace and joy in my heart day by day, through every happening, and become a good example of walking the tree way of Konko.